And the Lady Irish have obviously been rolling pretty good here at this part of the season, going in, to finish out the regular season. But I sat down with Coach Robin Dietrich, longtime soccer coach here at Father Ryan, and we talked about there are no expectations when it comes to quality players. We've had teams I didn't think we were going to be. He said there are teams where I didn't think we were going to be very good, and we did very well, and there are teams where we've done really well and then do very poor in the playoffs. So I know that while as good as they look, I know the coaching is not going to stop up. They've got a lot of work to do, and we are now underway.
That's right, and then we get underway now. Ensworth starting off with possession here against the Lady Irish. As we have the Lady Irish now defenders getting it up. Samantha Stocker in the midfield trying to get it over, but it goes off her foot out of bounds. Ensworth will get the ball, Father Ryan will get the ball, saying that she did not touch the ball. So Ensworth will get the ball, throwing it in. And the Lady Irish trying to maintain possession on the far side. They try and move it over, but Ensworth steals it back. Given over to Father Ryan. A through pass, nothing doing there in the middle. Father Ryan strikers trying to get something going here early against a good Tigers squad. But now the Tigers get it in the defense and try to maintain possession here against Father Ryan. Sydney West trailing the defender there. Giving it over to Samantha Grover. She kicks it over to Sydney West. Back again. One of the seniors here for the Lady Irish. Looking far side for Samantha Stocker. The Ensworth defense gets in between that pass. Ensworth shoots it far, trying to get a long possession there, but it goes out of bounds for the Lady Irish. Or it skirts on the very far side, and then Father Ryan can't hold on to that one.
A little sloppy. They're definitely playing the far boundary right now. We really haven't seen much action coming on this side of the field and the near side on your screen. It's saying over there, let's see if the Lady Irish try to spread them out here.
We will see if Father Ryan will be able to do that for sure. Coach Dietrich is definitely one of those coaches that makes sure that he gets his Lady Irish well rested and makes sure that he uses his subs effectively, especially later in the season when you got all these other players trying to get into the game and trying to make sure that they can make their mark going into the state tournament pretty soon. So you'll be seeing a lot of free-flowing game going in here for the Lady Irish for their play style as well as many substitutions. And now Ensworth has the ball on the far side near the 10-yard line on the football field for the numbers over there. And they will have a free kick. The Ensworth attack will be setting up here. Given over into the middle for the Tigers. It's a whole bunch of action going on in the middle, and Rachel Cullison is able to knock that ball away.
Good job by the senior captain. She really extended her body, dove for it, stretched herself out, made a good play. That's a move that seniors, leaders make.
Absolutely, and she gives it back off to Maddie Dooling on the far side, on the near side over here, and now we give it over to Ella Copperrood. Kicking it far, trying to get her strikers in position there, but it's too far. And the Ensworth Tigers are now back on their own. They have the possession of the ball now. So, Owen, for going into this game, the Lady Irish won their last game just against Brentwood Academy. As we mentioned, 2-1, in which their region record right now is 3-1-1. And going into this, they do have a lot of momentum, but what are you looking for the Lady Irish coming into this game?
Well, obviously, this is a big game. You want to win for senior night, and you got to have some momentum carrying yourself into the playoffs. Obviously having some big wins. The 6-0 win at JP2 a while ago, and right before that, the St. Cecilia win 8-0. After losing, and after tying with Baylor and losing to GPS, they've really bounced back, I think. Brentwood Academy always have tons of talent. So does Ensworth. So we'll really see what these soccer girls go. And you have to remember, too, the upperclassmen on this team, they know what it's like to win a championship. They know what it takes.
That's right.
These senior leaders, Sydney West, Samantha Stocker, Rachel, they all get it. They know what it takes. They were there. They were sophomores. They were getting some of them were getting playing time during that run, and it was such a good year for them. And so they know what it takes. They've been there.
There's no doubt about that, and especially with Father Ryan there here on the attack, trying to get something going here. Trying to wrestle it away from the Ensworth defender. The Tigers will have possession of the ball now. That was Christina Buckley on the far side. Now it's given back over to Follow Ryan. They get possession of it. Copperoo gives it over to West now. West, one of the senior captains, looking.
Don't mix her up with her sister.
That's right,
Who
Brady
also
West.
gets a lot of playing time.
Yes, that's right. Brady West and Sydney West, two very talented soccer sisters here on the Lady Irish squad.
It's always so nice when you get, in any sport, when you get the sibling dynamic going here, the West.
That's absolutely true. And even for girls golf, Ava and Ella Graham are participating in the state championship for golf this week.
Big article came out of them on the Tennessean about, obviously they're the nieces of great Father Ryan alumni and PGA
U.S. Open winning.
Yeah, U.S. Open winner Lou Graham.
That's right. Great connection there for them, and especially they had a great finish today. I know that Ella finished in the top 10 for the girls in the state just today. So a lot of great sibling action going on here at Follow Ryan as Sydney West tries to get the ball into the middle, but Ensworth intercepts it quickly, trying to get their self set up on defense to give it back over to their attack. And now Rachel Cullison will easily pick that up in the back. And speaking of Rachel Cullison, she has had many clean sheets going into this game as well. She's been doing very well this season, as well as sharing parts with Allison Kirchhoff, another starter for Follow Ryan, another great goalkeeper there for the Lady Irish. She's also been doing very well with a couple clean sheets herself as well. And so it's very impressive to see for the Lady Irish, and it's great to know since they are facing a stout Ensworth squad coming into this senior night game.
All regional games are tough, regardless of what the score sheet says. There's always so much emotion, especially here in these schools, except for the exception, really, Ensworth and JP2, who really haven't been around as long. But even with Ensworth and JP2 now, being around, getting closer to 20 years, both as a school, they both came around at the same time. These rivalries, they're starting to form, and it's actually really cool, but especially when you're playing teams like GPS, Harpeth Hall, St. Cecilia, teams that you've been playing since the beginning of,
years and years.
Just years and years, as far as you can go back in all these sports.
Oh, a great header there in the box there by a Lady Irish defender. Well done by them to get that out. It's a great setup there for the Ensworth Tigers on their first corner of the night. But the ball is still kept in by the Tigers.
I believe that was Bella Hutto.
And in doing so, they try and get the ball out as far as they can. Lily Rumo sprinting down the middle, trying to get towards that one.
Awesome. What I've noticed so far about this game is that both sides seem to be playing equally aggressive. No one seems, here in the first 10 minutes, as now we've got 30 minutes left, 31 minutes here left. No one seems to have a clear edge in this one, which is exciting. I think we're in for a good game. No one seems to have a clear advantage. We'll see after some first substitutions and stuff.
Sure.
Everyone starts tiring down. But here on early, it's been a pretty good game.
Well, there's no doubt about that.
Back and forth.
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt about that. We knew that coming into this game. That this is a great Ensworth squad, and they've been doing very well thus far this season. They are the great competition the Lady Irish are facing tonight. But for Follow Ryan, as they go into this 30th minute here, they are going to be looking for a nice little setup here for the corner. Kicked up by Greta von Hoffen into the middle. A swarm of Lady Irish trying to get the ball into the net, but the Tigers, too much. And the goalkeeper for them is able to pick it up easily.
Well, even when the ball's there, the ball's not really there when you have two great athletic teams like that. So
sure. And as well, when you get into the beginning of a soccer match, it's always a bit of like a boxing match. You're going to be feeling each other out. You'll be seeing who's got what on both sides, feeling each other out, just trying to see who will be coming out with what.
Right, because, after, some first substitutions and stuff, Coach Dietrich is working with the girls already. This is what I'm seeing so far. Both teams trying to make adjustments on our team's weak points. When you're in the game playing, running around on 120 yards of field, it's not the easiest to always recognize those adjustments.
Well, there's no doubt about that. With Father Ryan throwing it into the middle here, trying to get something going in the midfield. Ella Copperoo gives it over. Tossing it over, Sydney West. Now looking towards one of her far attackers.
That was a nice pass there. Christina
off Buckley
the top
tried
of
to
the
get
crossbar.
off. Kinston Evans tried to get a great pass over there to one of her fellow players, but it goes just high.
Well, yeah, it did just go just high. It bounced right off the top of the goal, through the goalpost. Oh, those are just killers sometimes when you're just that close. But
absolutely. But now for Father Ryan here, this does set up their second goal kick of the night, so we will be able to see if they can get another great chance, because they had a good one earlier. Into the middle, nothing doing. Ensworth is able to knock it away quickly, but Ella Copperwood sprints over to the near side, trying to make something of it. Maddie Dooling setting it over to Greta Von Hoff, and the ball is out.
And one thing, we go back to adjustments and stuff. We know Father Ryan knows how to make adjustments. We know Coach Dietrich knows how to make adjustments to win games. That's why he's the first ever soccer coach inducted into the TSSAA Coaching Hall of Fame.
That's right, just this spring.
You would think with as long as soccer has been around and the success Coach Dietrich and so many other coaches in the area have had, that we're just now getting a soccer coach into the Coaching Hall of Fame.
There's no doubt about that. Now Greta Von Hoffen struggling with another Ensworth Tiger player there, trying to give it over, but Ella Copperwood quickly swipes it away, giving it in the middle for the Irish.
It's a little mishandled there. Looked like the Lady Irish might have had an opportunity to score, but Ensworth was ready.
And now the Lady Irish will be going back into their defending third, as Rachel Cullison sails it into the middle. The Lady Irish will be looking to do something here. Samantha Stocker looking for her player. Giving it over on the far side. Father Ryan maintains possession, getting it past the 10. Knocked down. The ball goes out. And Ensworth will have a goal kick.
And what I'm starting to notice, Austin, about 4 minutes ago we were talking about no side really having a clear edge. And we got 27:30 left here. Talking about no side really having a clear edge. Father Ryan looks like they've got really good control over the ball right now. Let's see right here on this kick, if this goal kick, if they can take an edge.
This third one of the night for the Lady Irish. It was a header that goes just wide on the near side here. Very close call there for Father Ryan as they try to get their first goal of the night. But they couldn't get it. And so Ensworth will now have the goal kick.
And we're going to take a quick 30-second break. We'll be right back with you on Behind the Crest. And welcome back here. This is Lady Irish Soccer on the Behind the Crest Sports Network. Owen, Dougharty, Austin Wright here with you in beautiful Oak Hill, Tennessee. Just 5 minutes south of Nashville on what has been a great night for some Irish soccer. The weather here just absolutely fantastic. It doesn't finally feel sticky anymore. It kind of been coming and going, that humid feeling. But here today, this is the best it's felt in a while here in Middle Tennessee, Austin. Probably the best it's felt since March.
That's for sure. It's definitely great to feel the cooler air. It's kind of strange to say after having such warm weather for such a long time, but it has been a little bit cooler going into today, especially with the cloud cover that we've been having. So it's great. I'm sure the Lady Irish are appreciating it here on the pitch tonight. And now Father Ryan.
Less cramping to finish out the season, which is so important because, all these fall sports outside, with the exception of volleyball, It just is so hot when you first start playing. And I can't imagine the cramping and stuff that must go on, especially at the beginning of the season when you're starting to get in a rhythm. Now that you're kind of in shape and the weather finally cools down, you don't have as many problems with cramping. Everyone gets more playing time of your better players. It's really prime time action here tonight.
And now the Lady Irish go into the middle, trying to make something of this, just maintaining possession, which they have been doing much of the night, I will say.
They've had pretty much
handle them too well.
They've had control of the ball for the past 8 minutes now. 25 minutes left here to go in the first half.
That's true, and that's great to see for Coach Dietrich's squad as they try and beat a good Ensworth team here.
Not to mention, there's a lot of young girls on starting out there right now, like Maddie Dooling, Brady West, among a couple others already out there.
And there's no doubt about that. And with the Lady Irish now waiting for Ensworth to try and get into the Lady Irish defending third here. They sprint down a far ball by the Tigers, and it goes out. Father Ryan will have the goal kick here.
Well, if you're looking at the yard lines, just as a reference point for yourself for football, at the 20-yard line on the field, Ensworth really hasn't had much success getting the ball into the 20 in between the margins. And I give that credit to the Irish defense.
I agree with you right there, Owen, especially with Ensworth only having 2 goal kicks, one of them being very dangerous. The Lady Irish have been doing very well tonight, considering that they've only had that one chance there. So it is very good to see that they have been doing so well on the defensive side. But now they are being pressured by Ensworth going into the middle.
And here we go again, the back and the forth between these two teams. We thought Father Ryan looked like they were starting to develop an edge, but hey, here comes Ensworth leading a little bit of a charge here.
That's right. They're trying to get some momentum on their side, but they keep putting it out of bounds here. And Lady Irish keep having these goal kicks. So now the possession continues for the Lady Irish, and they're defending third. They try and get a ball out.
It's going to stay with the Lady Irish here.
Lady Irish throw it in, but Ensworth is able to intercept that ball. And now a passing game goes back and forth. It's almost like pinball over there, going back and forth between players, and the Lady Irish get the ball back. Ella Copperwood sprinting in the middle, gives a far kick. And it goes just wide of her player and out of bounds, and the Lady Tigers of Ensworth will have it. Samantha Stocker over there getting the ball, trying to make something of it, trying to juke a defender. Getting around, passing it over into the middle to Ella Copperwood. Doesn't hesitate for a second now, just giving it over to Christina Buckley, trying to get it into the middle, but ball is intercepted there by Ensworth, and they maintain possession here in Father Ryan's attacking third. Now tousled into the midfield. The Lady Irish try and do something here, but it goes out of bounds, and they throw it in. A platoon swap here coming in for the Lady Irish, as many players for Coach Dietrich. As we mentioned earlier, a mass substitution coming in for the Lady Irish, trying to keep the players healthy and rested for the state tournament that is soon coming. So it's great to see that senior captains Sydney West and Samantha Stocker are taking a rest right here for the Lady Irish.
Rest is always a good thing, but this is a special night. It's a night you get one. You play
senior night,
20 games a year. Virtually, this is one game out of 100. It means so much. You get this 1 year out of all the games you play here at Father Ryan, amongst other schools, and it's senior night. So, as much as I like to see them getting rested, I also want to see them have a chance to, show all their full potential tonight here at senior night.
And that's true. But going into the state tournament, you definitely want your players rested, and you definitely want them to be ready for some stiff competition, as they will be looking for revenge in last year's semifinals. in which they lost here in Nashville, Tennessee. Now the Lady Irish will be going into the middle, trying to defend against Ensworth. With 20 minutes remaining in the first half, you're listening live to Behind the Crest. We're the student-run sports media group here at Father Ryan. You're listening to Austin Wright. I'm your play-by-play man alongside Owen Dougharty, our color commentator. We thank you all for listening as the Lady Irish soccer team plays their soccer senior night here against the Ensworth Tigers. Now into the middle, Lady Irish are able to swipe that ball away from the Tigers, forcing them to stay in the middle. Looking, Father Ryan gets a backward pass. Now Ensworth trying to make something of it, but Father Ryan is just doing so much there in the middle, making sure that they cover that midfield to keep Ensworth away from the Father Ryan defending third. And as you mentioned it earlier there, Owen, here's Brady West, Cindy West's sister, coming in, trying to get that ball over. Now Hannah Hubbock trying to make something of it here. Make sure that she can keep it away from the Ensworth Tigers, but is called a penalty here on Ensworth, and so Father Ryan will have the free kick. Deep into the middle, Brady West trying to hold on to the ball. Giving it over to Mensah Quack. She gives it. Now looking for a streaking Irish attacker. She couldn't control the ball there in the near side, and it goes out of bounds. Ensworth will have the goal kick with 18 minutes remaining in the first half.
Another one of a close missed opportunity by the Lady Irish. They are this close, I think, Austin, to breaking a score here soon.
Hopefully so, and I'm sure Irish Nation is waiting to see if Father Ryan can actually accomplish that. They should be able to. They've had a lot of great chances in their attacking third, so we will be able, hopefully, to see a lot of goals scored here.
We got 18 minutes left in the first half. We're still scoreless. Lady Irish 0, Lady Tiger 0. Senior night here at Father Ryan High School.
And down in the middle, Rumo gives it over to Morton. Unable to handle it, but West is able to get it back. A quick pass to Rumo. She's wide open. She gets the goal. Father Ryan scores, making it 1-0 here over the Ensworth Tigers. 17:42 remaining in the first half.
Well, it was a good setup by Sydney West. She looked like she was going to, control the set of ball, but it was just a little slight gesture of the foot, handed the ball right off, and just the elusiveness. Great goal by the Lady Irish.
There is no doubt about that. What a great score there by Lily Rumo of the Lady Irish, able to beat the goalkeeper for Ensworth there. And a pass by Brady West, absolutely brilliant, just holding it in the middle, faking the defenders of Ensworth, finding Lily Rumo. What a great setup there for the Lady Irish as they break open the score. 1-0 against Ensworth.
Got Ensworth players flying everywhere.
Now going back in the middle, the Lady Irish, Hannah Morton trying to find her defender.
And for Lily Rumo, that's her 7th goal on the year. She had 6 coming into this game.
That's certainly a great mark there by Lily Rumo. Just a junior for Father Ryan. A great player for the Lady Irish. Awesome to see her to get another goal.
One of the goal leaders, scoring leaders on this team, which is good to see, only being a junior. Only Hannah Morton has more goals.
And now Hannah Hubbock giving it over.
Hannah Morton has 12 on the season. So let's see if Coach Dietrich tries to get her started here pretty soon.
It remains to be seen, but we shall find out as the Lady Irish trying to defend against Ensworth in the midfield, where they have been playing a lot recently here. Father Ryan making sure that Ensworth doesn't get too far. into their defending third, but kicking it fast towards, you mentioned it, Owen, Hannah Morton. The Tigers are able to maintain possession here, but Midsaw Quack intercepting that pass quickly, trying to get it around the Ensworth Tiger defender. But the ball is split out wide. It's a streaking attacker here for Ensworth, and a great save there by Rachel Cullison, her first one of the night. Great job by her to make sure that that goal did not go in. Well done by her, as the Lady Irish just kick it out, forcing Ensworth to not throw it in.
Then for the second time tonight, we really saw the full athleticism of Rachel Cullison and what she can do. And like I said earlier on the first play, that's just another one of those plays a senior leader makes.
Yeah, that was a great stop by her to reach out far down below. For her to make that stop, it was great. So Lily Rumo has a lot of contact there on the near side. Ensworth will have the throw-in coming up. 14:58 remains here in the first half. Again, your Lady Irish lead 1-0 here against the Ensworth Tigers here on senior night at Father Ryan.
And now with 15 minutes left to play here, 1-0 Lady Irish over the Ensworth Tigers senior night.
Father Ryan defenders getting some work here as the Tigers trying to put pressure. A shot goes just between the legs of Rachel Cullison and goes wide of the net, screeching by the side of the goal. Father Ryan very lucky on that play to not have a goal conceded there.
Cullison caught a break there. That one was near 6 inches away from just getting into the corner. Very close.
Definitely a lucky play there for the Irish, making sure that that ball did not go into the net. Now they'd be defending against Ensworth on their third corner of the night. Going in, the Lady Irish quickly headed out. But Ensworth tries to get it back towards the middle, and Rachel Cullison easily picks up the ball away from the Ensworth attack. Booted towards the near side, Lily Rumo holding on to it, giving it over to fellow junior Hannah Hubbock. She crushes the ball towards the Ensworth defense, but it is quickly picked up by Ensworth's goalkeeper.
After that Lily Rumo goal, Ensworth seeming to bring their attack on. Let's see how Father Ryan comes back trying to turn the tables.
Certainly trying to make something of that goal, trying to make a quick response here, but Father Ryan has been very good on their defense, ensuring that no goals have happened. Now on that far side, it's a tussle between Father Ryan defender and Ensworth attack there, but it goes out, and it's a corner coming up for Ensworth. Now Ensworth throws it into the middle. Quickly kicked over there by the Ensworth Tigers. But it is out of bounds, and Father Ryan will have a goal kick. Coming up here in the Lady Irish defense. Yet again, they are back at it again, making sure that Ensworth does not give any room to try and make a score here. Now Doolin gives it over to Cullison, who quickly strikes it in the middle. But Father Ryan can't keep possession of it. And the Lady Tigers send it all the way back in their defense. But the Lady Irish are certainly trying to keep up with this ball. But in doing so, they commit a penalty, and Ensworth will have a quick free kick. Now on the far side, penalty is called here. Referee says a handball by the Lady Irish, and Ensworth will have a free kick on the Father Ryan 20-yard line here, as you see on the football field. Now, this is going to be an important play here coming up, Owen, for the Lady Irish as they try and set up their wall to block Ensworth attack. And a great stop by them. The wall for the Lady Irish does it, and they stop Ensworth from getting it past them, and the ball goes quickly out of bounds off Lily Rumo. The Lady Irish trying to defend against Ensworth, but they quickly get the ball back. Brady West trying to run in the middle, giving it. Now a quick chip over to the Lady Irish, but Ensworth quickly steals it back. And Minsall Quack comes right around the defender to get the ball back. The Lady Irish were resilient here. They just will not let this ball get away from their possession, as there is 9:55 remaining in the first half. Father Ryan leads 1-0 over the Ensworth Tigers here on senior night. Goal kick on the far side. Goes out of bounds here. Now the Lady Irish will have a throw-in coming up.
So just a quick update coming from the one and only Lou Pickney. Just tweeted out to us. This is from basically what he's been told by the Williamson Herald. This Friday's Father Ryan High School football game at Brentwood High School will be broadcast on WAKM 950 AM radio with Stormy Mitchell and Marcus Stone on the call. Don't worry, no need to fret if you're not in the area. WAKM streams online, so Father Ryan fans around the world can listen. And if you go to @Lou Pickney on Twitter, he has the link set up. You can see exactly the link. We are not able to go around. We're not exactly sure the issue why we will not be allowed to stream this game. We're working on it. But at this moment, WAKM, you can listen in on AM radio or online. And Rachel Collison didn't come in contact but was ready. Another shot by Ensworth goes wide left and high.
It's just a testament to the Father Ryan defense here, just being able to stop Ensworth and making sure that they don't have any goals or any other great scoring chances.
Ensworth has really been going after the high corners here lately. That's what they've been going for, and Rachel Collison's been ready. They're trying to move her early. And she's held in very well. Now, 7:50 left here in the first half. Your score is still Father Ryan 1, Ensworth 0. You're watching Lady Irish Soccer behind the crest. Girls soccer, those of you just turning into us. Owen Dougharty, Austin Wright, here with you tonight on senior night. On what's been a back and forth game with Father Ryan getting their first goal a few minutes ago, coming from Lily Rumo.
And it was a great goal by Lily Rumo, especially considering the fact that she had a great assist there by Brady West to be able to set her up as she streaked down the middle of the field to make a great strike against the Ensworth goalkeeper. But now Father Ryan's going to be looking for another score here as they try and get the ball away from Ensworth. It won't be doing much because the Ensworth Tigers have another throw in here.
Actually,
now
they're going to say
for the
Father
Lady
Ryan.
Irish.
Father Ryan's got the throw in. Let's see if the Lady Irish set up in our goal here. As Hannah Hubbock ties her shoe.
Now Lily Rumo trying to get past her defender, sends it over to Minsall Quack. Looking for Rumo, but the Tigers intercepted there. Brady West trying to get the ball over.
Ensworth just tries to get out of there, and they do.
That's right, a desperate push by the Tigers to try and get that ball out of their own zone there. But Father Ryan's still keeping the pressure on as they try and make another goal. Streaking on the far side, Brady West trying to get the ball past the defenders. She gets into the box, but is unable to hold on to it as 3 Ensworth defenders get around her. Lady Irish kick it back in the middle. Looking for West again as she tries to tussle the ball away. Unable to. Now Ensworth sending it over into the Father defending zone here. Trying to make something happen here in the dying minutes of the first half. They try a wide shot. Trying to cross it into the middle, but nothing doing there. And Rachel Cullison will set up for another goal kick. Cullison streams that ball to the near side to Rumo. Looking for something. The ball goes out of bounds off the Lady Irish. And Ensworth will have a quick throw in here in the middle. Looking for something here. As Father Ryan tries to swarm around the ball. Hubbock locking in on her defender. Now broken up by another Lady Irish defender. Goes off their foot, and Ensworth quickly grabs it back. Tries to shoot, but is blocked. Great job there by Samantha Grover to get that ball away from Ensworth, and it goes out of bounds. The Tigers will have a quick throw in again.
That's just a sign of good coaching right there. Grover was in the right spot, and she knew where she needed to be to make a good defensive play.
There's no doubt about it. Yep. And Father Ryan has been working on that, especially through the off-season, especially going into this summer where the Lady Irish have been training so much just to prepare for this season. As Coach Dietrich always makes sure that his squad is conditioned and is technically sound. As Rachel Cullison throws it into the middle. Ella Copperoo trying to give it over to Miss Quack, now looking for Brady West in the middle. And Ensworth just tries to pry the ball away, and they get it. Running it towards the 30, towards the 20. Looking towards a long cross. They find an attacker, but Father Ryan quickly gets the ball away. And Grover tries to get over to West, but the Tigers get the ball back immediately, looking for something here. It is quickly broken up by the Lady Irish, but a penalty called. Free kick coming up here for Ensworth. There's 3 minutes remaining. Father Ryan leads 1-0 here on senior night.
And with only 3 minutes left, Father Ryan looking like they're doing a good job of maintaining possession and controlling, and good play on defense and just overall in this game. With only 3 minutes left before going into half, just not the best time for a penalty. Giving opportunity for Ensworth to catch up.
It's definitely not, and Rachel Cullison will be tested yet again here in net as the ball sails over the crossbar.
And as you just saw, folks, Rachel Cullison, she can jump.
That's why Coach Dietrich's got her in that. She's a great jumper, and she is able to get any ball away that comes her way, as you've seen tonight with the score being 1-0 with 2 minutes remaining here in the first half. She's been doing a great job here in goal as a senior. Now for the Lady Irish for the rest of this half, Owen, I'm sure that they're going to want to just keep the ball away from their own zone, away from the Tigers. As they stumble here, Ensworth tries to get a quick shot off, but it goes high and to the right of the goal.
And as great as Rachel Cullison has been, she's had more times where she's just jumped and not come in contact with the ball because it's sailed far left, far right, or far high. Father Ryan, they've made Ensworth's goalie work a little bit harder tonight, actually having to stop the ball a little more often.
And in doing so, Hannah Morton does a great job there of getting possession in the middle. Trying to get that ball away from the Tigers as Brady West now comes up with the ball. Looking for something here in the middle. Tries to get it back over to Morton. The leading scorer, as you mentioned earlier, Owen, for the Lady Irish. But
yeah,
now
she's got 12 goals, and I'm sure she's trying to make it 13 tonight, at least, at minimum.
you know that she definitely will want to, especially going into such a big game, being one of the last regular season games here for the Lady Irish. So we shall see what they are able to do as Helicopter tries to chase down the ball, giving it over to Brady West in the middle. Back over to Morton. Now Quack coming up with it, but Tigers intercepted there. And we're trying to set up something here. They get it past the Fallerine defense. 2 defenders, now 3 for Fallerine. They are able.
And another play by Rachel Collison.
That's right. A great job by her to stop that ball from going anywhere near the net.
Coach Dietrich, the man himself, was a former goalie in the 70s for the Fallerine Irish. He knows what's up. He knows how to get players like Rachel Collison in the right position to make those type of plays consistently.
There's no doubt about that. As Fallerine gets one last throw in here with time ticking down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That was the fastest 3-2-1 I've ever heard, Austin.
Well,
5,
trying to catch up with the scoreboard there.
Well, you started away as 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, when you're trying to play catch up with the scoreboard there, trying to give folks at home a little taste of what is on the scoreboard at the moment. But now it is halftime.
Maybe do it on time. Maybe do it on time next time.
Oh, okay.
We're going to take a halftime break. We'll be back with more information, more Lady Irish soccer. We'll be talking about our own upcoming broadcast. Obviously not this Friday. At the moment, things could change. Don't give up on us yet. We'll work with you. We've got some more games coming up. We'll be right back here with second half of Lady Irish Soccer here on the Behind the Crest Sports Network. This is Lady Irish Soccer.
Well, that's always good.
Time to
I'm
get it
sure
going.
That many other seniors are wanting to be just as satisfied as you for sure, as well as trying to make sure that they can get into any colleges that they are trying to get into. Well, yours truly over here trying to get into colleges, accepted by one today. More to come soon. Still applying.
Which college was that, Austin?
Am I allowed to say on air? Does it matter?
Why would it?
I don't know. I don't know what the
Names
contractual obligations are here.
Names
I mean, we're a high school sports media group. I'm just curious.
Names aren't copyrighted.
Well, I know, but my first one was Alabama.
Oh yeah, I actually remember that. That was
the Crimson Tide. First one I applied to. When you have that short of an application, makes it a little easier to send it to them.
Well, where else are you thinking about going next year?
Well, I'm sure like many other seniors, they're thinking regionally, but depending on their taste, they might be thinking a little bit further.
Don't say Northwestern, Austin.
I'm not saying Northwestern.
Okay.
That's in the ballpark, though. I am thinking about it, though.
I don't know.
Don't think that I'm not. But Tennessee, Alabama, Kentucky, and Missouri, and Northwestern as a stretch are all in the mix. Missouri's got a great journalism school as well.
The J School.
The J School.
Yeah, nothing against anyone from Missouri, but I don't want to live in Columbia, Missouri for 4 years. I don't know why. I just don't want to. I don't want to live in Missouri.
It could be worse. It could be like East Mississippi Community College. Could be like Scuba.
The Midwest and I would just not get along very well,
Yeah.
I think I belong in the Southeast, particularly the Southeastern Conference.
Nothing wrong with the South.
The real Southeastern Conference.
Right. Oh,
Missouri's just the backpack.
That's true. Well, I mean, you could say the same for A&M, but
they win.
Well, who's won a division title? Missouri.
No, the East is down.
Yeah.
West is good. I mean, you're brand new and you expect to come win a division title in your 5th year when you're playing LSU, Alabama, and Auburn in the same year.
Yeah.
Not to mention Mississippi State's had a pretty good rise here lately.
Yeah. They did have a tough fall, though, just last week against Kentucky, though.
But give credit up there to that coaching program. They've given Stoops
Especially
time to develop. Yeah,
oh,
they've given Stoops time to develop. They've believed in them, and finally Kentucky's had the best team they've had, and I believe what they were talking like 60 years or something.
Mm-hmm. Especially with a great prolific running back in Snell for them. He's been such a great player for them. Even talks very early on, but he is in the talks of being a Heisman contender because he is one of the top rushers in the country right now.
I would hope to see a guy like him. He's such a hard worker. Going to Kentucky, no one really values your athleticism on the football field going to Kentucky. It's just obviously a basketball school.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd like to see the Heisman being a little less of a quarterback's award. You know, I wish it was going out there. So many good players, college football at every position, and it's so dominated by quarterbacks. And believe me, quarterbacks without a doubt, they're game managers. They control the tempo of the game. But there are just so many overall, just so many good players that dominate a position. I wish it would go back to more of position domination rather than just the plays you can make. Because, I mean, there are some really good offensive tackles and linemen out there, like Taylor Lewan, for example, in college. Such an absolute beast, but you never hear him. And
Jack Conklin.
Yeah, just
another great player for the Titans.
I wish, and, you know, I know the Heisman's never been an award for, you know, a lineman or whatever, but
right.
The way...
The Piesman.
Yeah, but, you know, the way it's changed into where this is the best player of college football rather than more of a quarterback running back award, which has been glorified, and now even more than ever, a quarterback award.
That's for sure.
It's definitely a quarterback's award now, and but they call it, you know, for the best player in college football. Well, I mean, there's 11 positions on each side of the ball and special teams, and so when it's only 2 offensive positions, I really just don't know how it can go to a quarterback or a running back every year. I'd like to see someone like a Taylor Lewan or someone get it, even though that's not traditional. But if you're going to call it the best player in college football, give it to the true best dominating player at their position.
That would be something great to see if anyone else, especially on the defensive side, they don't get quite as much love as the offensive players.
Well, you say that,
but I mean, there are plenty of nominees. Though I'm not saying that there aren't many.
You do know what state you're living in, right?
Oh, I know.
Charles Woodson won over Peyton Manning back in the late 90s.
Oh, yeah.
And now we're going to get back to Lady Irish Soccer.
Always a great subject here. Following right, they get a goal. Their second goal of the night. What a great strike in the top right corner there for Father Ryan as we get done talking about a completely different subject. But we get done talking,
it's like me
and
you
they
know what's
score.
Going on before it. It's like me and you know what's going to happen before it happens.
Yeah, it's almost like we know sports.
It's almost like we've been doing this for 4 years.
It's almost as if we are seniors and we have been doing this for 4 years. It's incredible how Father Ryan works, and it's incredible the mysteries in which sports run. But a great strike there by Father Ryan to get their second goal of the night. They lead 2-0 over Ensworth with 34 minutes remaining in the first half here on senior night. Great night here for the Lady Irish. Again, don't forget that the 4 seniors for Father Ryan are Rachel Cullison, Samantha Stalker, Sydney West, and Greta Von Hafen as well for the Lady Irish. Great seniors here for them, for Coach Dietrich's squad. Again, another strike there is met by the Ensworth goalkeeper. She looks for something in the middle of the pitch. Now looking in towards the middle. Ensworth trying to get something going here. They've been struggling tonight with Father Ryan's defense just absolutely choking them, not being able to let go and just being able to have possession of the ball. It's been great to see for Father Ryan that they've been able to dominate against the Lady Tigers. As Allison Kirchhoff is in goal.
I wouldn't necessarily say dominate. Lady Irish have always seen an offensive edge. And Ensworth missed a lot of opportunities where they've kicked the ball most of the times. Rachel Cullison, while being in position, hasn't necessarily had to make a play on the ball because the ball's not been going into the net a lot this afternoon for Ensworth. But, however, they've had a lot of chances. And good chances, too. Not just, long shots. These are good chances. Mm-hmm. Good kicks, good corner kicks in. And they've just not gone Ensworth's way tonight.
And that's very true, but for Father Ryan, they certainly have been doing a very good job of maintaining possession and also maintaining their will, imposing their will, especially towards the attacking side and in the midfield. Now setting up here for a free kick. Father Ryan's Matty Dooling gives it off into the attacking zone here. Headed off by Ensworth player. The Lady Irish keep possession of the ball. Quick throw in there as the Lady Irish trot it down towards the middle. Rumo trying to find Morton in the middle, but is quickly stopped by the Ensworth Tigers as it goes out of bounds. Father Ryan with another goal kick coming up here. Trying to set something up toward a quick cross. No Lady Irish able to connect with that ball there. But now towards the middle, they try and get the ball where they want it, but Ensworth quickly intercepts it. Trying to make a play of their own here. But the Lady Irish get the best of that one. As Melahutto gives it over to Alison Korchoff. Back over to Maddie Dooling. Maddie Dooling, the daughter of Coach Dooling. Coach.
You're really just trying to bring up all
squad.
the football you can tonight.
Well, I mean,
don't forget. Hey, I know I brought it up, but you're just really looking forward to carrying on. But let's not also forget about another broadcast we're doing this week and another sport, volleyball. Thursday night. Another senior night. It's going to be good.
This week is packed,
folks. It's going to be good. Look, I'm just going to send out the PSA now. If you're coming to the game, which you should be.
You definitely should.
As much as we want you to listen to our broadcast, we much rather see you in the stands.
We appreciate you listening.
We appreciate you listening, but we'd much rather see you in the stands, and we want everyone to be wearing white. White out. I've talked to Coach Mullins with it. White out. Be there.
Certainly would be a great scene there to see all of Irish Nation packing the stands in the Cattagnany Drennan Fieldhouse.
Not to mention last night, going up to Hendersonville, absolutely dominating the Lady Knights. Dominating.
That's right. They had an amazing win. 3-0 sweep over the Lady Knights.
I talked
in
to
a big rivalry
I'm not going
game.
to name who, but I talked to a couple of players just saying how, not that it was easy, but it was just like they were just shocked that they won those 3-0. And they just really dominated. They went out there, they executed their game plan last night. And that's
always great
solid win. I think, from looking at the stats, one of their best overall complete wins of the year.
And that's always great to see, especially against a big rival in JP2, the team up north, as we so lovingly call them.
I'm not going to get into it about JP2. I don't know who's listening. I don't like.
Well, let's keep it diplomatic here.
I'm going to keep it diplomatic as long as they keep it diplomatic. That's always been my rule. As long as they keep it diplomatic, I'll be kind and soft-spoken as well, but don't mess with
Speak softly.
All I know is...
as Teddy Roosevelt once said, speak softly and carry a big stick. It's wise words.
U.S. history right there.
Mm-hmm.
Junior
Shout
year.
out to Miss Cole.
Shout out to Scott Shaver.
Heyo. Another football reference.
Hey, we worked it in there.
I'm sure the fans at home are wondering why in the world are they talking about football so much. Well, there's a lot of connections at Father Ryan. We can't help it. There's a lot of great football connections.
Look, this is why me and Austin don't always call a game together, and this is why, because it just gets off topic so fast and goes forever.
Well, and soccer is certainly a sport where one thing can lead to another.
It's either we talk about some off-track things or we just repeat ourselves for 80 minutes. So, your choice, Irish Nation.
But you love us anyway, and you support Behind the Crest anyway.
Sorry for the technical difficulties there with the microphone. You know, we're always a minor issue here Behind the Crest. But hey, we've actually had pretty good luck tonight in the past couple of weeks. You know, we've worked most of our problems out. We've done pretty well here consistently, Austin.
There's no doubt about that. We've definitely worked out the kinks that we had earlier on in August. But you know what? Going into the end of this first quarter, we've been doing pretty well.
It's almost said, the first quarter ends on Friday.
And we have 3 quarters left of our senior year.
Well, not even that, but we have a bye week.
Yep.
And 3 more games. So we virtually, after this Friday, have a month left So football is already over here at Father Ryan. It's crazy.
It really is.
It's also crazy to think that college football is almost halfway over already in the regular season. Oh, my gosh. Wow.
Yeah, time is flying. Time is flying when you're having fun, for sure.
I am ready for some SEC basketball.
That's true, especially with hometown team here in Vanderbilt. Man, that's a good squad. Good.
Bryce Drew has done such a phenomenal job.
It's been incredible. Not to mention
the team out east wearing orange, the Tennessee Volunteers. What that program's done. So young up there. They are so young. And so is Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt and Tennessee so young. Tennessee's going to have a good year this year, beating Kentucky.
That's true. After having such a surprising year last year, you would expect them to have a much better year. So it'll be very interesting to see how they do.
Missouri's always good. Kentucky's always good. Florida's always good. Yeah. Alabama, they're doing down there, they've got something down there. Avery Johnson as their head coach down there. They've got something good down. Also, hey, women's basketball is fun to watch too.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, there is no doubt about that.
You've got arguably the best program of all time. You know, the program and the legacy of Pat Summitt, you know, that has really innovated and made women's sports around the country what it is today. You know, the first person to really step up, not just in women's basketball, but just, you know, women's sports, period, was getting those games on ESPN, was getting them nationally televised because she started winning. And ball went into the goal, but appears that was waved off. Waved off, we believe. We're not really sure what happened. Yeah, they're going to wave that goal off.
So instead of it being 3-0, it is still 2-0 Father Ryan with 25 minutes remaining here in the second half of senior night on the campus of Father Ryan. And so now for the Lady Irish, they're going to try and want to make that goal reappear for sure, trying to get that back as they were offsides more than likely on that call. But we shall see what they are able to do as Ensworth tries to make their own attack here in the midfield, trying to get something going here, but is intercepted quickly by Father Ryan, trying to make something of it. Morton trying to maintain possession here, giving it over to West. Now safely setting it up with her midfielders. Morton with a quick pass there to West on the outside. Getting the ball off her chest, throwing it over. Now it is called offsides by Father Ryan.
A little late there. But hey. I'm not one to complain. I mean, I am.
But hey.
I'm not going to.
It's high school sports. You got to give these refs credit, though, for coming out.
You know, these girls.
It's not an easy job.
These girls, they get breaks and stuff and all that, go on the bench. These refs, they don't get to sit down.
Nope.
They get a little time at halftime. They're 10 minutes, and that's it.
That's right. They're working just as hard as the athletes, if not harder, especially having to try and call the game. Not our kind of call, though.
That was one of those kind of funny jokes, Austin.
Thanks, Owen. I appreciate you loving my humor.
You know, it's been a while since we've called a game together. It's kind of nice being back in the presence of our amateur professional
high school sports broadcaster.
You know, I love Lou Pickney. He's amazing. You know, literally
the football encyclopedia
of Middle Tennessee.
He's
amazing. But it's so different being up there with him and then being here with you. With here, it's two different types of ways.
It's a much different setting.
Because, you know, me and you have definitely come a long way in our fourth year of doing this. And it's just a completely different style of call and atmosphere. A little more relaxed.
And soccer and football is tomatoes and potatoes.
Oh, yeah.
It's just completely different.
You call it completely different. And this is always just so fun. It's been a good 4 years.
Especially who doesn't like a good senior night? Especially with the great fans and the stands.
There's probably someone that doesn't like it. There's always someone.
Well, sure. But we say to them, just turn it off. Except you still want to listen to your favorite high school broadcasters, though. You don't have to watch the game. You can just listen to us. Listen to it radio style.
The best in the mid-state.
Oh, yeah.
If not.
No, the whole state. Let's just say the whole state. Who else?
If
would,
not the
who
whole
can,
South.
Who's going to compare us?
If not the whole
Yeah, let's
South.
just, yeah.
You know what? The whole country.
Well.
We're pretty good. And
Shout out to Missouri and Tennessee and Alabama and Kentucky. Anyway,
oh, wow, just giving yourself a little self-advertising. Yeah, I'm going to go to one of these programs next year.
I mean, if you're looking for anybody,
journalism
you know who to call. 901-833-9592. Anyways, Brady West trying to head the ball in here for the Lady Irish, trying to get it across past the Ensworth Tigers.
You know, why would you give your phone number out on here?
Hey, if anybody wants to hit me up, that's okay. Let the phone blow up.
You know what? You might as well just said your social security number.
No. Pretty sure nobody needs that but me. Pretty sure. Last time I checked. But you know who does need something? The Father Ryan Lady Irish. They need another goal. You know they want another goal here after losing that pass goal to an offsides call. With 20 minutes remaining here in the second half, they are leading Ensworth 2-0 for senior night here on the campus of Father Ryan. We thank you all for listening to Behind the Crest here. Austin Wright, a senior, alongside fellow senior Owen Dougharty.
In case you forgot.
In case you forgot. After our great second half commentary, we hope you still love us. We know you do.
You're really confident, Austin. I admire that.
Well, I'm just assuming.
Just knowing what
it
people
is 2018, but
you.
I am just assuming. It's okay. I assume that everybody loves us.
You will be known. You will be loved. Shout out Mr. Jim McIntyre. Hey.
And with
he's down there on the field. Him and a couple other of our administration as well. So teachers, good turnout of parents, some students in the section. It's actually been a pretty good atmosphere out here.
It really has. It really has. Supporting the girls' soccer team in their senior night as they get a quick shot off, and it's a goal! Scored by Father Ryan there. What a great strike.
I apologize to all you watching on your TVs at home that now have to replace your speakers.
Well, I have to do soccer broadcasters justice.
I knew you were going to do it soon enough. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Austin Wright.
Thank you, Owen. When you have the moment, seize it.
Well,
and that was a great moment there for the Lady Irish, making it 3-0 over Ensworth.
I'm just going to put you on the spot right now on Thursday. We're switching roles for volleyball.
Fine by me, partner. And another goal by Hanny Morton. You called it, Owen. You said it.
I told you they were going to get her going soon.
You said it.
That's number 13 on the year. 13 goals in 15 games.
Unbelievable job by Hannah Morton this year, scoring 13 goals this year against great competition.
Not to mention she's also one of the team leaders in assists.
And now with that, Allison Kirchhoff will be going for a goal kick here. After Ensworth kicked it out of bounds, the Lady Irish lead 3-0 with 19 minutes remaining in this second half. Ella Copperoo trying to get away from the Ensworth attack. Now throwing it back towards the middle. Ensworth trying to make something here. They're trying to have the last-ditch effort, but they're going to need a flurry.
They got 19 minutes to score 3 goals just to tie it. And the Lady Irish, the way they're playing on offense, starting to get something going again, like we kind of saw at the end of the first half. If they get going here in a second, it's going to be hard for Ensworth to catch up.
Certainly so, and especially with soccer, it's so hard to make great chances. It's just one of those things in sports where it's very hard to create chances. Much like hockey, you can get great chances back to back, but it is very hard to do.
Hey, speaking of hockey, it's time in Smashville. It's here.
That's right.
We're ready.
I'm all in for it.
We're wound up
just
in the preseason
next week,
and we're back next week.
That's right. Just next week, the Predators open up at home on Tuesday night, and they'll be raising some banners. I cannot wait. I hope I can make the game, but you know who else has a game? Another soccer team in Nashville.
The Father Ryan.
No.
Oh, Nashville SC.
Nashville SC.
Well, no offense, but no offense to Nashville SC, but not a big fan as I am, as Austin or a lot of people tell you. I'm pretty diehard Predator at this point.
Well, I'm not sure who is. Anyone who lives in the Nashville area, I'm not sure how you aren't a Nashville
So
Predator
if you're going to
fan.
make me pick between Nashville SC, which I'm very excited they're here. I think it's good for the city of Nashville. Honestly, it's going to get there. It's not there yet. It's going to get there. But, I mean, you see the pictures of the crowds down there at First Tennessee Park. It gets going.
Yeah,
It's a
First
good
Tennessee
atmosphere.
Park is rocking every single night whenever Nashville SC is in town. It's just a great atmosphere, especially with them having the roadies being their main support section.
I really
there.
can't.
It's
I can't,
awesome
I can't
environment.
wait till they get the MLS stadium wherever they decide to put it.
Yeah.
I try to follow it the best I can, but it seems like, well, they've decided to put it out the fairgrounds. Well, actually, no. Now we're gonna put it to another vote, or something, or someone's critiquing. I don't know, but
One
we'll
thing or
see
another,
what
we
happens.
will have an MLS team
We
coming
will
up
have
in
it.
2020.
as soon as we leave, sophomore year of high school. I mean college. My bad. We'd be in some deep trouble if we're going back 3 years in time, Austin.
I would say we
7
most
years.
definitely would
7
be
years
going
of high
back.
school is what that would be like. Ooh.
Ooh. And now look who's back into the game. Owen, another senior. Greta Von Hoffen in for the Lady Irish, getting some playing time here in the second half. Stealing the ball away from Ensworth just a second ago. Now towards the middle. West trying to get it over. Gives it to Stalker. Looking for something here, trying to give it over. Now streaking on the far side, trying to make something happen here to try and get the Lady Irish's fourth goal of the night. Rumo in the middle, gives it over.
Oh, narrow save. There by
Very
the
close
Ensworth
save,
Tigers.
yes.
We're going to take a good 20-second break here on Behind the Crest Sports Network with Lady Irish Soccer back in 20 seconds.
Welcome back, Irish Nation. You're watching live as the Lady Irish are playing here at Father Ryan for their soccer senior night. They lead 3-0 over Ensworth with 15 minutes remaining here in the second half. It's been a great performance overall by the Lady Irish. And no doubt about it, their seniors have been doing well with Rachel Kellison having a shutout net, getting pulled in the second half, or at halftime, excuse me.
No, not getting pulled. She got relieved.
Relieved, sure.
Relieved. She didn't get pulled because she. I mean,
Right.
she
She
shut
and
out.
Allison Kirchhoff have been switching at goalkeep for many halves through many of the games this season.
And it's because they're both
Same.
so talented. They both deserve playing time.
And now Father Ryan trying to wrestle it away from the Ensworth defense there. They do get the ball for a quick throw-in. Abby Smith trying to look for another player here, but is unable to find one. Father Ryan called off. Ensworth gets the ball for a throw-in here on the near side. Smith trails her attacker, and now the Tigers try and make something here with Father Ryan spreading out wide on defense, making sure that Ensworth doesn't get anywhere near it. And Allison Kirchhoff corrals the ball and is able to hold on to it as she looks for her attackers and midfielders. Lady Tigers trying to do something here in the midfield, looking for any opportunity that they can to get into their attacking third, trying to make something happen, trying to get on the scoreboard. But Father Ryan's defenses and their midfield have just been too much for them to handle. And they've been doing a great job of forcing Ensworth to remain scoreless in the box. Father Ryan trying to hold on to that ball deep in their own zone. Dooling tries to get the ball away, but it's met quickly by the Ensworth attack. And the ball goes out of bounds. Goal kick coming up for Father Ryan. Now Kirchhoff setting it up for a goal kick. 12 minutes remaining in the second half. Again, you are listening live to Behind the Crest, the student-run sports media group of Father Ryan High School. I'm Austin Wright alongside Owen Dougharty, both seniors. We thank you all for listening in. Ensworth trying to make something happen here yet again. A lot more chances here for them in this second half than they were having in the first half.
But still, despite that, not being able to score a goal yet. Credit Rachel Collison and this Irish defense.
And now into the middle. Leah Elazar kicks the ball out. Ensworth will have a throw as they make some substitutions. Smith tried to keep the ball in there, but the Tigers are getting another throw-in coming up. And a slip there by Ensworth. They're unable to hold on to the ball. Father Ryan keeps it in their own defending third. Throw-in coming in. Quack gets the ball away. Smith quickly kicking it. Into the middle, it was Buckley giving it back over to West. Who tries to make something over there in the middle, but Ensworth holds onto it in their defensive end, trying to make sure that they don't allow Father Ryan to score yet again. Trying to make the score 4-0 with 10 minutes remaining. But the Lady Irish still lead 3-0 over a good Ensworth squad. And again, as we said in the first half, Father Ryan coming into this game, they were on a big winning streak against SCA St. Cecilia. 8-0 win there. JP2, they won 6-0, and Bremen Academy, they won 2-0. Their record in the region, 3-1-1. Very impressive by them, even better than last year for sure. It's great to see by the Lady Irish. Now the Ensworth goal keep. We'll be having yet another goal kick coming up here with 9 minutes remaining in the second half. Owen, what do you make of Father Ryan's second half compared to the first?
Well, Austin, they made their adjustments, and they've kept Ensworth in a disarray, kind of. Ensworth's been scrambling for opportunities, and they're trying to find them. But the Father Ryan defense, the way they've been set up, they've really stuck to their game plan. They made the little adjustments they needed. And opportunity-wise for Ensworth, they're trying to create, but they're really not having any luck. Every time they get the ball close, it seems like the Irish defenders are there in position, making plays constantly. Ensworth really has not had a good shot at the goal this entire 40 minutes.
There's no doubt about it that Ensworth has not had as many great chances as they had in the first half, but Father Ryan has been able to definitely pour it on 3-0, with 8 minutes remaining in the second half. Greta Von Hoffen kicked it out of bounds, so that's why Ensworth is coming up here with a throw-in. Elazar trying to corral it in the middle, but is quickly kicked away. Ensworth will retain possession.
You mentioned Greta Von Hoffen. Very nice personality. Just such a lively spirit, always on the team. Very well respected by all her teammates, and a good leader for this team.
And she, as well as the other seniors on the team, as we mentioned earlier, Rachel Cullis and Samantha Stocker and Sydney West, they're going to be wanting to make another state run, as we mentioned.
They did sophomore year. I see no reason why they won't do it again this year.
They certainly have no reason not to make a great state run. As we mentioned, their region record is very impressive, but we shall see what comes up in the state tournament, because last year they lost in the semifinals to Baylor, so we shall see what they're able to do this year. A quick shot by Ensworth goes wide left of the net. Father Ryan is able to hold on to the 3-0 lead with 7 minutes in the second half. Kirchhoff setting up here. Very hesitant in the box, trying to find a defender. Trying to find one of her midfielders for Father Ryan. Trying to get it past the Ensworth defense. But it rolls into the goalkeeper for the Tigers. Punted away here. Grover on the sideline trying to give it over to Van Hafen. As she tries to get the ball on the near side here, but quickly pushed out of bounds. The Lady Tigers will have another throw-in coming up.
Yeah. Yes, they will, and they have really struggled. The Tigers haven't really these opportunities, especially they've had plenty of opportunities kicking it in, and just not really being able to set anything up, really. You look back at it.
And now Smith, high-flying ball, is able to fly back to Father Ryan here now. As Stocker trying to get the ball back over against Ensworth. But the Lady Tigers are trying to maintain possession as they try to get their first score of the night. But Father Ryan has been resilient, making sure that they don't get any great chances.
I just can't say it enough. It's just been so great to watch. Execution was just been so good. They really have. I don't know what exactly Coach Dietrich must have said, what game plan he has, talked about. But whatever they decided to do, it has worked really well. They knew how Ensworth was going to come at them on offense. They prepared for it, and that's why Ensworth hasn't had a lot of opportunities to score. And when they have, they haven't been the best. Father Ryan has also, on offense, gotten a lot of good opportunities and has created a lot of their own plays tonight, and that's why we've got 3 really good goals.
They have, and they almost had another great chance with a call that was offsides for the Lady Irish. They could have made it 4-0, but still, it was, as you said, great chances for the Lady Irish to make it 3-0 here on senior night at Father Ryan. It's great to see them having another awesome showing in a big region matchup.
We're going to take this opportunity. Let's talk about a little bit more. If you didn't hear us already, when it comes to this Friday, bit of a situation for us at least. Not at the moment being able to broadcast at Brentwood High School. We're not exactly sure the full story behind that. If you follow at Lou Pickney, for those of you who recognize that name, our listeners, Lou is a Father Ryan graduate class of 1995. He's a DraftKings writer, sports broadcaster, radio, TV producer, and a setup man. And according to his Twitter bio, he's unapologetically headstrong, which I concur with.
There is no doubt about that.
But as he tweeted out earlier, I'm just going to put this. This is from basically what he's been tweeted out. This is from the Williamson Herald. This Friday's Father Ryan High School football game at Brentwood High School is going to be broadcasted on WAKM 950 AM radio with Stormy Mitchell and Marcus Stone. But no need to worry if you're not in the area, if you don't get 950 AM from where you live, even if you live out of the country at the moment or away, very far away, thousands of miles. WAKM streams online, so all you Father Ryan fans around the world will have the opportunity to listen. However, we're not giving up yet. We're going to see what else we can do, and we're going to try to get down there this Friday night. But at this moment, we have restrictions in place. We're not really sure exactly from what we've been told. It's something with Williamson County rules. However, we're not exactly unsure because we were able to do the Ravenwood broadcast at Ravenwood High School, at Williamson County High School. So we're really not sure what's going on.
But we will have updates for you.
We'll have updates. We'll keep you updated behind FRHS Crest, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Turn on our post notifications. We try to keep you updated on Father Ryan football as well as all the other great sports teams we have here. We're working tirelessly, and we will be trying to get some final word on that. When we know something, you'll know it pretty soon. We're going to swing it over to golf. We talked a little bit earlier. Eva and Ella Graham, state championships today. Top 10 finish
for Ella
Graham, the senior.
Just awesome. And a great article in the Tennessean, as we mentioned earlier, about the sisters.
If you haven't seen it already, go check out Eva and Ella's article about their family. The name Graham sounds familiar to the Father Ryan community. They're the nieces of Lou Graham, fantastic golfer, won the U.S. Open a while back. Go look up. Such a good family story. Those two girls have done such a fantastic job carrying on their family legacy here on this golf team. So go check that out if you haven't already. It's on the Tennessean.
It's certainly a great story for sure to see Ella and Eva Graham in it as well. Ella also plays on the Father Ryan girls basketball team as well, so a multi-sport athlete there for Lou Graham's niece. Such a great story for both of them as well. If you want to find that article, we have it on our Twitter. You can see it there, and we've also posted that it's everywhere, so definitely follow us, as Owen mentioned earlier.
We are
at behind FRHS Crest.
We are 35 seconds out from ending this one. Lady Irish up 3-0 over the Ensworth Tigers, and senior night is coming to a close. And what's been a good one for the Lady Irish? A strong game. A strong showing. And what a way for these seniors, these four young ladies, to go out on a big win against a big-time opponent as we reach the 10-second mark.
And as time ticks down, Owen, let's give our final opinions on this game. The Father Ryan Lady Irish, they did a great job tonight being able to dominate Ensworth on the offensive side, 3-0.
Well, they dominated on both sides.
That's a shout-out to the goalkeepers, though, to keep it 0.
They really dominate on the both sides, and not only the goalkeepers, but just the defenders in general.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime Ensworth really had an opportunity, Father Ryan was in the right positions constantly to make plays. Not to mention they made their own plays on offense. This is a well-coached game. They knew what they were in for. They executed a game plan perfectly. If they play and execute like they did tonight, ladies and gentlemen, this might be a team you